Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Let's get this wonderful meeting started. Do we want to make fun of Nick? No, we're not doing that. Nick is a wonderful man.
I would like to, though.
No, I know he misses us as much as we do. Okay, announcements. And I'm going to make a motion that we call this meeting to order. So, I made a motion.
Yes, I'm going to make a second on that motion.
Okay, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
We are opened at 8 o'clock a.m. on the 13th.
Any announcements or correspondence? Do you have anything, Sue?
No. I was going to open the meeting in prayer.
Thank you, Sue.
Okay, let's take a minute here.
Okay.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we're so thankful for your blessings that you've given to Brimfield. We thank you, Lord, for the safety that you've given our police and our fire department and our road crews and our employees, that we can still be a service to the residents. And we know that you have your hand upon us. We ask, Lord, as we do this government meeting, as we represent the people and the people are to be first, we just ask that you would be with us, give us wisdom and knowledge, and give us recall to do the right thing to serve the people. We just ask for that you would be present in this meeting and help us, Lord, to make good choices. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Sue. Okay, we do not have any meeting guests. Okay, I'm going to make a motion that we accept the minutes for discussion. I need a second for discussion.
Second.
Do we
Okay,
have additions?
There's 5 of them. 10/21/20.
That's under where? Oh, the minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
10/21/20 public hearing number 2. That day we had a 7 and a 7:30 public hearing.
Right.
10/21/20 regular meeting at 8 o'clock. A 12/30/20 regular meeting, and a 1/11/21 inventory meeting. Those are the ones I need to get approved today. And both of you were present at all 5 of those.
Okay, well, I will make a motion that we approve those minutes.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes?
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Okay, now, so I skipped over the minutes. So now we're on to the agenda. I'm going to make a motion that we accept the agenda. Are there, I need a second for discussion. Are there any changes?
I did.
Right.
Yeah.
Greg, you got any changes?
Whether you want to add this or not, I need to discuss Brimfest. So do you want that added, or just, it's nothing we need to vote on, just so we can just.
Yeah, just talk about it on your.
All right. So no.
Okay.
None.
Okay. Well, I'm going to make a motion we accept the agenda. Sue? Sue, do I got a second? Hello. I think you're
I'm getting a feedback on the volume here, but
Okay.
I seconded that motion.
Okay, we're all good. So John, just a roll call.
All those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion that we approve the purchase orders.
Second.
All those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion that we approve the warrants and sign them.
Second.
All those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Okay, this time we have public comments and questions. Did anybody receive any comments or questions?
No.
I did not either, so. Okay, let's move on. Any safety concerns?
No.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and start with Roy.
Yep. Thanks, Mike. Just a couple of informational items for you guys this morning. New car 8 should be in service end of this week, first part of next week. Graphics and equipment installation will be wrapped up, so that will be ready to go. Our annual report, been working on that. I should have that completed for you. I'm just going to estimate by the middle of next month, I'll have that report done for the board.
Okay.
Our officer candidate that we extended the conditional offer of employment to, both of his follow-up tests have actually already been scheduled, and they're actually going to be completed by the end of this week. So those got scheduled a lot sooner than anticipated. So moving forward a little more quickly than I anticipated on getting those other final pieces wrapped up for that officer applicant. And then again, just an informational piece. I've had a sergeant off since about the middle of December with a COVID-related medical condition. He's off through at least the end of January at minimum, and we'll monitor that going forward. I just wanted to make the board aware of that piece. And those are the only items I have for you this morning.
Okay, thanks, Roy. Fire department?
Just very quick also, we need to discuss as moving forward with our station build and redesign, the house we purchased to the north. I think we need to make a final decision on what we would like to do with that. I know, Mike, you and I have had probably the most discussion on that, and
Well, I did a lot of homework on this house, and I think I've let you know pretty much everything I've heard.
right.
After talking to people that have done the similar things, and I mean, unfortunately, neither we nor the Kelso house has the money and ability to rebuild it. The problem is, just so everybody knows, once you move a house from its foundation, the house loses all of its historical value. So there's no longer a chance for any kind of grants, whether they be matching or full cash grants. I mean, the city of Kent had great luck with theirs because, number one, it was a much more historically significant building, and they also had the backing of Kent State that actually put in $40,000 into the project to move it. Nick has told us before that, they gave us a price that the house could possibly be worth $100,000 where it is now. But if they move it and we pay, and someone has to pay the moving cost, I mean, the most we could maybe make out of the deal would be $5,000 to $10,000, which he got from a real estate lady that's been helping him. So I think we've been doing our due diligence, and I mean, we have reached out, I guess, to the Kelso house, and Craig, you did, and you said they're financially not in the ability to take it.
Right.
So, I mean, one of the people I talked to suggested we move it to the back of our property, but that involves money, and it also involves us putting in a new foundation. So, and with all the new space, I mean, what are we actually going to use it for? What do you all think? I mean, everyone is part of this board, whether you vote or not. So, what does everybody think?
Well, I'm looking at that house being there right next door to a brand new upscale class 1A fire department and admin building. And sometimes you got to let things go.
And Greg has been looking at the basement and some of the beams and doing all that. I think maybe dismantling a portion of that and including it in our new building as a tribute to that might be probably the most economical to do. We'll solve a lot of problems. Plus, we do what it is. I mean, we honor that house and what it was.
Right.
I think that's a spectacular idea if we can do some of that. Craig,
right.
Talk about what you found in the basement.
Yeah, I met with the architects also, and with everything everybody just said, it's not worth it for me to put the time and the effort into selling it for $5,000. I would rather use the nice beams and incorporate that into a new station. That would be my vote on that.
Hey, Craig, what kind of stones are in the basement? Are they sandstones that you could use outside?
I don't know. They painted over them. So yes, it's a stone foundation, but it's been painted over, so I don't know.
But we ought to look at them because there would be one good side that they wouldn't paint. I mean, if they are sandstones, I mean, you can incorporate that into some garden out front or something.
Well, what we need to do is, because of moving along with the project, I have till May to make a decision. And like I said, I need to make a decision, which I'm hoping we're leaning toward, saving some pieces out of it and moving on from it.
We'll talk about the beams that were downstairs, Craig.
Well, it's not as after looking at it again, we have the floor joists are trees. They still have the bark on them.
Right.
From 1860. So I got some cool beams there, but some of the barn beams up in the attic area are really nice. So
Yeah, I think you ought to do one more tour so everybody can see it, and maybe someone will have an idea what stuff we could use.
Right.
I know Cassie, Rochelle, and you, and I don't know if Sue has seen it.
I just have a thought. I recall years ago that Wanda and her husband, they were very active on the volunteer fire department. I think she was a dispatcher way back, and they were very community minded. And I think those beams maybe could be incorporated to like maybe have their name on it, like a little plaque or whatever, and their years of service to the community. Some ideas like that we would give them honor for that. Just a thought.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, and he was also a World War II bomber pilot.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
yeah, he flew a B-17. And the other thing, which we had information from the Kelso House, which I heard secondhand, is there's discussion that is not even the original building. That
Yeah, I've heard
some-
that discussion
Yes,
firsthand.
somebody said it was a secondary building. So, I mean, I'm ready to call this to a vote. I mean, we just can't keep dilly-dallying. I don't want to wait till May, and I'm pretty sure we know Nick's feelings.
So my recommendation then is, if I could jump in, that we move ahead with the architects we currently have contracted with to add into the price of demolishing the building and keeping the, any kind of
Anything salvageable that we can use.
Right. That would be my recommendation.
Okay, so John, that's going to be my motion.
Okay. So we're
I'll
gonna move to
second that.
demolish and salvage any usable parts or any usable items for the,
For a tribute to the home or something like that.
okay.
I mean, maybe somebody will see this and offer us $20,000 for it, and they'll take it, but I don't see it happening.
Well, the problem is, and that would be great, of course, we'll take money if we can get it, but we're up against it. We need to, that's one of the first things that has to come down in May to June, and that's right around the corner.
So they're not going to start till May or June?
No. Well, I mean, we're started right now, but shovels in the ground will be around that time.
There's still just a lot of paperwork and administrative stuff that's gonna go on ahead of time before
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of finalizing blueprints and furnishings and tons of stuff.
Okay.
It's moving along though.
Okay.
Okay, Sue, do you want to second that?
Yeah, I think she did.
Okay. All those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed.
Yeah, I just want people, if they ever question us, we did our homework. So,
Well, with all that being said, that's what I want, but if someone, like you said, if someone offers me something,
take the house.
my ears are open, so.
Right. You know, I mean, but we got to make a decision. We can't wait till May. I mean, that's not.
No, and what I need to do is, because the architect's asking me, hey, are we gonna be part of taking this down? And it seemed like it would be easier, since there's crews are on site, to do that. With
Right.
instead of subcontracting another person out.
Craig, what are you going to do with the garage and shed?
Right now or in the future?
Very soon. I mean, you'll have to get rid of that garage soon too.
Right now, the garage is probably the best piece on the property, and we're using that as storage,
Okay.
but it will all come down.
Okay. Sounds good, Craig.
Craig, I have one question here on just because someone asked me about it the other night, I can't remember. What side are the new bays going to be on, the north or the south side of the building?
South.
So they're going to build the south side bays and the living quarters over there first, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just couldn't remember what side it was going to be.
So the simple answer is the weight room, gear room area will come off, and it'll extend out into the park from there first. Then renovations to all existing building second. But as that goes along, since we have moved the admin staff out, we may be able to work on both at the same time.
Oh, that's true.
We changed that a little bit, so.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Craig, do you have anything else?
No, just first of the year, so I got nothing.
Okay, well, let's switch over to admin.
Admin, I did not have anything on there, but as we discussed at the beginning, Brimfest needs to be a topic brought up, monthly or something. And the only discussion on that is you spoke to Jeff. And
Right.
do you have anything?
And what Jeff said was he's not, they're not sure. He said things are changing and they're already talking about, they don't know if they're going to have, I think at this point, we probably need to send him a letter and let the chamber tell us if they're going to do it.
Well, I think if I could jump in there, and I don't know this for sure, but with Nancy being here before and being in charge of it, it's not necessarily the Brimfest rides and stuff like that need to be done right now, but they are already taking parade applications. So it's kind of two pieces to that. That I know it starts right away. So if you don't mind, I'll reach out to Jeff and get that answer.
That would be great.
Because I think what we're running into is, if I'm going back to what I said, if we have bulldozers on site here starting in June, we're going to be a mess. We're not going to have the facility to hold Brimfest here this year or next year. I don't think.
Yeah.
And even if they're accepting applications for the parade, I just heard on the news last night that they canceled downtown Cleveland St. Patrick's Day parade for the first time. So I don't know if that's just going to start being the norm as well.
Well, I prefer it not to be. I want Brimfest to continue. So, but I also know that it is not ours right now. I need to talk to Jeff and see his thoughts.
All right, we just provide the location.
Right.
Well, we provide a lot to it, but Brimfest is not our event technically.
Right. But, I think we all agree we don't want to lose it.
Right.
So.
Well,
let's see what happens.
That's all I have. I'll just reach out to Jeff and talk to him.
That'd be good.
Right.
Thanks, Greg.
All right, that's all I got.
And let me know what you find out.
Okay.
Okay, Mike, zoning, economic development.
Yeah, thanks. The virtual Board of Zoning Appeals hearing is January 20th, 7 o'clock. Sheets is on that agenda. We haven't heard anything on the traffic light, if it's going to be activated or not. ODOT has not gotten back to us. The next zoning commission meeting is January 14th. That's tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. We have a public hearing prior to that at 6:30. The next regional planning commission is tonight at 4:30.
What's the public hearing?
Public hearing is for zoning changes down at Maple Crest West.
Okay.
The next regional planning commission is tonight, 4:30. Comprehensive land use plan. We're working on the final draft. I did get some maps as far as land use and where there's water and sewer everywhere. So we'll be wrapping that up shortly with Todd. 4695 Estes Drive. We had a mediation yesterday with the prosecutor. Nick was present as well. And we're getting that property cleaned up. They gave them a deadline of June 1st, 2021 to have everything cleaned up on that property. It's a start, but like I told the magistrate yesterday, it was June 18th of 2018 when I made my first letter of violation to this property. So it took 3 years to get this one cleaned up, and looks like we will have it. I think they're imposing fines after that. And I told the prosecutor we need to speed things up. I mean, that's just too long of a process. I understand there was COVID and of course we're shut down, but I'd like to expedite these and get these wrapped up within 6 months a piece. Somehow we got to get a faster start on those.
Okay.
The proposed nursing home, assisted living on 43 in Malloy. I talked to their attorney extensively. He is coming back in February with new set of drawings and plans, and they continue to have updates on that. Their architect is near completion with all of them, and they will be working with the fire department as well. Means of egress, getting in and out. and they plan on getting started this spring. Lauren and I are working on the 2020 year-end report, which will be ready by the next trustee meeting. This report will contain all zoning certificates, fees, economic development projects, meetings, violations, etc. It's going to look a little different than we have in the past, but we did find old records in scanning everything in with fees and all that from years past. So it's kind of interesting. We're going to compile it all together and have it for the trustees.
Okay. Hey, Mike, if I wanted to look into that assisted living home, what is it, a corporation, or how do they have any website or anything we can see what's coming?
They're going to, as soon as they send me the plans, I'll shoot them over to you.
Yeah, I just wondered if I could look at pictures of things they've built prior.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll get it to you.
That'd be neat. I just sort of, is it going to be a nice looking building, or?
Yeah, the first one that they proposed a year ago looked really, really nice. But they said that they modified the whole drawing. So I'd like to see what they're coming back with. But
is it going to be a Western Reserve look, or?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, with brick. So
Wow. Okay. It sounds great. Exciting. Anything else you want to announce that's coming?
we have some stuff Maple Crest West. That's why they're changing the zoning. We do
Is
have.
that Cabela's?
No. We do have a good prospect. Dan Dehoff is working on his property behind Myers. There is a good prospect that we're really hoping for. And then some of the business out front, we'll try to accommodate that if this goes. So.
Okay, and nothing on Cheesecake Factory.
No, the restaurants, I haven't heard anything. It's
Yeah.
just been real
Too
slow.
Too many are going out of business.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, okay. Well, thanks, Mike.
Sure.
Okay, Dave, Road Department.
Yeah, morning, everybody. Just let everybody know we got another 400 ton of salt in the last couple weeks. We're ready for the next big messes to come. We finished moving the offices from the town hall to the fiscal offices. We've been out coal mixing and fixing some potholes from the winter damages. We checked through all the dump trucks. All of our dump trucks are ready to go. The parts have come in from different places like Alabama and stuff. So the one truck's back up and running again. We're out fixing up some of the plow damage, just like cleaning off some of the edges we burned off a little bit with the plows. We've been cutting back some tree limbs and bushes along the roadway. That way they're not hitting our trucks and cars going through. And so far to this day, we've done 4 funerals with another one tomorrow. So we have been kind of tied up with the cemetery a little bit. Other than that, that's my report.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, Dave and I and Cassie had a little discussion, and he's going to try to fit into their schedule to work on the trails while they have some downtime, and to help get the fence put up around the swing sets, not swing sets, around the new playground equipment. So, and I know you did talk to Cassie already, Dave, and, just keep us, let us know what's going on. I mean, I think there's no time like the present to get working on those trails. And I know I drive Cassie nuts, but I really think we need Cranberry Creek. We need something where they can walk down there. So stay tuned. Okay, thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Okay, what else you got? You're all, that's it? Hey, where are you taking the tree limbs and bushes? Which roads are you working on those?
It's just been all around a lot of the streets. I mean, if somebody's got some tree branches they think's hanging down too low, we missed them. It was we did some like back in Beechcrest off of Sunnybrook Road, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, just to let you all know, the behind Mike's place, all those trees, they contracted with somebody to clear that whole lot. 260 from 261 to 43 to Malloy Road.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a lot of trees going down. I always thought that would be a beautiful park, but now it's going to be a beautiful, desolate area.
Won't they run into bog problems back there again?
I think part of it, the bog's close close to Malloy Road, I think. I don't remember everything. I remember when they were trying to put the mall in, there was some issues,
Right.
but they're gonna, I mean, they've already taken the trees down between my building and Indian Valley.
Oh,
So it looks like a bomb went off.
Huh.
So just in case you drive by, that's what's going on. They just contracted with, they're called EDQ or something like that, to take them all down. So,
they have
okay,
plans to build something there, or they're just logging it?
maybe a Menards,
Yeah.
maybe a Cabela's.
Maybe another Menards right there. Right.
Casino. I think I heard casino. Okay, I'm not starting rumors. Okay, next one, Park and Rec.
All right.
Kathy.
I've gotten quite a few requests to rent the community center. On August 12th, you made a motion to close the community center and the rental facilities until the end of 2020. Literally on January 1st, I got requests from people to rent the community center for parties. So it'd be my recommendation, I'm asking the board to extend the closure of the community center, pavilions, and gazebo to rentals until the limits on gathering sizes are lifted. I just don't see how we could rent those facilities while there's limits on the amount of gatherings that can take place. So
Yeah, well, we can't do it.
yeah,
We have to go by what the governor says. So I'm going to make that motion, as much as I hate to do that, but we have no choice.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed.
And can I throw, Mike, can I throw a comment in there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate, you know, we agreed at the beginning of this whole process to follow the state guidelines. So, I mean, it makes it pretty simple for us, you know, with any questions that come up, we're following state and county guidelines. So
yep.
just need to keep doing that.
Yeah.
And
We
I
don't need to
tried
be
to
the
think-
trendsetters. on this.
Yeah.
Don't take heat. It's not your fault.
Yeah, I've tried to think of ways that we could possibly make it happen, and it's just, I don't think it would be possible.
No, you would turn out to be the community center of police, and I see nothing good coming out.
You'll be in the portager tomorrow if you did that.
Yes, yeah. I don't want to be on the
Blame
front
for a
page.
super spreader event too. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
My next item is, if you've been to Lions Park, there's a lot of traffic noise from the highway. So since I've started here, I was interested in finding out what we could do if there was any kind of noise abatement that would be available to us. So I reached out to ODOT, and they said they are able to do a noise analysis at the park. This would be at no cost to the township. They would just need a signed letter from the trustees requesting the noise analysis study. They would just come down and measure the decibels coming from the highway. And then if they were to find an issue there, they could possibly move forward with the noise abatement process.
Okay, do you want to put something together? I mean, I can make a motion. I want to get this thing started. And
Yeah,
we can
I already drafted a letter. It should be in the shared folder, but I can email it to you if you need,
Yeah,
if you need me to.
my Dropbox is not working.
Okay, yeah. And then I can print that out for you and
Can you read it to us? Is it very long?
sure. No,
I
it's
like-
not very long.
Right now.
Let me pull it up.
Cassie, would that be that they would put up the walls? That you said?
Yeah.
Possibly. That would
Oh.
be like the best case scenario. There's other methods that they have for that as well. Putting up trees. They said they could do earth moving possibly. I don't know that that would be a feasible option for that space, but they have other ways that they could do it if they don't have the funds or whatever for.
I would hold
a
out
wall.
the walls.
That'll give me a baseball wall.
I didn't mention that, but that's kind of like also in my mind.
Well, Dave said it before, and he could reiterate. I mean, you see people hit a foul ball and they run across the highway.
Sure. Yeah,
Right. Trying
absolutely.
to get that stuff. It's crazy.
An added benefit.
Yeah.
So can you put that in there as a safety concern?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, I mean, that's dangerous. A little young kid running across the street trying to dodge a truck.
Got to be fast.
Well, we don't use that field anymore.
Right. Is there grass there yet?
Yep.
Does it look like it was never there?
Not all the way, but it's hard to see.
You can tell that like some of the plants growing there are different than the grasses growing around it, but other than that, it looks just like grass.
Oh, good. Okay.
So they have like a list of criteria, different categories to meet the noise abatement standards. And we meet several of these categories. Category A, activity category, is lands on which serenity and quiet are of extraordinary significance and serve an important public need, and where the preservation of those qualities is essential if the area is to continue to serve its intended purpose. So I think the fact that it is a park requires serenity and quiet. Also, category C includes active sports areas, amphitheaters, auditoriums, campgrounds, parks, playgrounds, public meeting rooms. So we fall into a lot of these different categories. So I think we really have a good chance of getting this done. So the letter that I wrote, it's not very long, but basically the Brimfield Township Board of Trustees would like to request a traffic noise analysis at Lions Park. The township strives to provide peaceful places for recreation and leisure activities. And then I just mentioned how we meet the criteria set by their standards.
Okay. Well, if that's okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a motion, and then we can all sign it, and you can get it put out, that we approve that letter.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you.
And then my last item is the first Parks Committee meeting will take place next Thursday, January 21st at 6:30 on Zoom. If anybody is available to attend and would like to, I invite all of you to come. Our agenda will be officer selection, goal setting, and review of the park survey that I asked them to complete earlier or late last year. I asked them to visit our parks and just rate 13 of our different features of our parks on a scale from 1 to 10 and provide their comments. So things like safety, curb appeal, park design, that kind of thing. And they gave me some really great feedback on that. So I would like to review that with them and then set our goals based on what they feel is a priority.
Okay. And I mean, Cassie and I talked a little bit yesterday, and she told me some of the questions she's gotten already. And one of the big one is our dog park, which is used so much, but to them it's lacking. Or you want to summarize it?
Yeah, I've gotten quite a few comments from both the Parks Committee and the public. A lot of times when people, see me and say, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm the park director. They go, "Oh, are you in charge of the dog park?" And they have a lot of questions about, are we going to do more with it? They say that the gate continues to break or doesn't close very well, just that it's kind of falling apart, doesn't really have the best curb appeal. So that's kind of on my list. Because it does get used quite a bit, especially from the people across the street, and it gets used year round. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if people were using it in January.
Well, I drive by it coming home from work, and it's there's always people there. Just to help, is there any way Dave could just put a different gate on it? When they put that gate on, they were about out of money, and they built it in Jonathan's garage. And I mean, Dave knows all about farming, and I think I know Dave could come up with something that would actually work.
I know we had talked about it, I think end of 2019, and then COVID happened and it just kind of went out of my brain. But we were looking at metal gates possibly. We saw some on at Lowe's that might work for that. So yeah, we can definitely explore some different options.
Talk to Dave and find something, and talk to Craig, and let's get it purchased and get it done.
Sure.
What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, we can work on something.
I know you know gates.
Yeah, actually, the gate there is not really that bad. I mean, I don't know.
Should it have a wheel on it?
What's that?
Should it have a wheel on it?
No, it's just they're wooden gates. I mean, we've shoot, I can't even think of the word, but we put some stuff on there before, and it's really not that bad. It's just a lot of people, when they leave it, they don't close the gates. They just leave them hanging. So they just get swung around by the wind and stuff. I mean, there's a few things that could help us out if everybody would shut the gate afterwards and that kind of stuff. So, but
Well, we got to make it foolproof. And I know you have great ideas when it comes to that kind of stuff. You know, so, okay, well, let me know what you think. Did you get that sign put up? I meant to ask you.
the Oswald sign,
Yeah.
Danny Lane, I mean, or whichever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up.
Thanks, Dave. Okay. Is that it, Kathy?
Yep, that's it.
Thank you.
Kathy, got a question. Would you send me the Zoom information
Sure.
for the meeting, for the Parks meeting on the 21st?
Yep, I'm gonna send out the Zoom invite and the agenda to everybody
Okay.
on Monday.
Okay, good. I'll be looking for it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, cemetery. Sue, do you have anything you want
No
to talk?
action.
Okay.
No.
Fiscal office?
We are just closing down 20, and we're actually ahead of schedule right now. I thank Kirsten and Rochelle for their hard work, but we're ahead of schedule right now. So just the normal processes of closing out the year. But we'll have budget discussion talks with each department head here in the next couple weeks, and then we'll be on our way from there.
Okay,
That's
well, you'll keep us informed about it, right, as it goes?
Definitely will.
Well, thanks, John.
Yep.
We have no executive session. Why is this meeting over so early? Is it because Nick talks too much?
Right. Hey,
No.
I do have something before we leave.
Okay, what do you got there?
Mike Ladd, can you give the trustees an update on what you're working on with the signs, the bordering signs of the township?
Okay.
Yeah, so I have an email from Mike Collins last night and along with one this morning. The county is going to go out and send their surveyor so that they can mark the right of way. That gives us a start point for the signs that will be staked. GDI will come and stake them from that point, and then I have a contact from ODOT that's going to verify the signs on State Route 43. That way we can end up giving half the money for the materials once we're approved with ODOT in the county.
Yeah, Craig from Graphic Details been calling me, so somebody needs to let Craig know what's going on.
Yeah,
Mike?
I talked to him yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, so he knows.
Yeah.
He talked to me. I guess where it started with this is I won't approve any of the money until we know we can do it. So.
Right, because that's where we were at. We didn't know where we were allowed to place them. We're waiting for ODOT and the county to get back, or the state and the county to get back to us.
Right. So we need to have that answer, then we'll move forward.
Things sure changed. When we put those other signs up, we didn't ask anybody.
No, and the county is saying from their email that there was an easement for those signs years ago. I can't find it. I looked all over for it. I can't find any easement. So if there's one, the county would have to supply it to us because I can't find it.
Okay, so what kind of time frame do you think? Any guess?
Yeah, I think this Friday, Craig's going to start staking them out, and then we'll verify with the county, have their surveyor come out and make sure that it's in the right spot for theirs on 18, and then 43. I'm reaching out to ODOT today as soon as they could come out and verify that we're good to go.
All right.
Put it in writing though.
I think I guess we probably at some point, if anyone talks to. Those signs were provided by the Chamber of Commerce, I'm pretty sure. So I guess somewhere along the line, we need to tell them about that they're moving, or maybe we don't, I don't know. You know, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's whatever, maybe they want them for something. I don't know.
Okay.
If enough left of them. So, okay. Is there anything else for the good of Brimfield Township?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
I move we adjourn the meeting.
I will second that.
Okay, all those in favor, Mike,
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Okay, we are closed at 8:39 a.m.